Shcheni acharecho, acharecho, no varuto. Bo Shcheni acharecho, acharecho, no varuto. Bo Shcheni acharecho, acharecho, no varuto. Bo Shcheni acharecho, acharecho, no varuto.
Hey, all everyone, this is the second in the series of Why Don't We Make a Shehechiyanu on the Elul Shofar blowing. And I'd like to suggest today, and this is something fundamental to our Judaism in general, especially as we start the new year. Why don't we blow shofar in Erev Rosh Hashanah? The Mishnah Berurah says, La'afsik ben tkiyot dereshut, litkiyot dechovah. We have an obligatory mitzvah to blow shofar on Rosh Hashanah, and it's only a minhag in Elul. You have to make a distinction between them. In the words of the Taz, La'afsik ben tkiyot shehem derabanan, uven atkiyot deRosh Hashanah shehem deoraisa. The Taz says that blowing shofar during Elul is actually rabbinic, but it's not biblical, like the first day of Rosh Hashanah. The bottom line is, it is a different category of mitzvot, even if it is a mitzvah. And I believe that in Judaism, it's important to make this distinction, because sometimes you're taught in grade school, the halacha says. Well, the halacha is built on biblical, rabbinic, and customs. And when you start mixing them up, all of a sudden, a custom can become so important that you'll override a biblical commandment, a rabbinic one, to do the custom. And that is warped thinking. From this perspective, it is important that at the beginning of the Jewish year, the Jewish people make a very clear declaration. And that is, God, you gave us a Torah. You gave license to the rabbis to enact additional mitzvot and redo them. And throughout the generations, many customs have been accepted as well. But we're not going to mix them up. It's biblical commandments. The only thing that overrides them is life. There's rabbinic commandments, many exceptions to the rule. And there's customs where there are even more exceptions to the rule. And one of the ways that we go ahead and make this distinction is through not blowing shofar on Erev Rosh Hashanah, and I'll add, not making Shehechiyanu. Shehechiyanu is for the shofar blowing on Rosh Hashanah, not for a minhag of blowing shofar in Elul. The word lahavdil, to make a distinction, and a kodesh and kodesh HaKodeshim, it's all the Beis HaMikdash. One place is called the Kodesh, and one is the Kodesh Kodeshim. And the Kodesh Kodeshim, the Kohen Gadol went in only on Yom Kippur, and the Kodesh he went in every day. You have to make a distinction, not only in the Beis HaMikdash, but even at home. After all, this coming year, on the second night of Rosh Hashanah, throughout the Jewish world, we will do this. Rosh Hashanah, the first day is Shabbos, second day is Sunday. No real big differences between them. You're allowed to cook, you're allowed to carry without an eruv, you're allowed to transfer fire. Perhaps, even on Rosh Hashanah, I say perhaps, medicine and the limitations thereof are lifted. Maybe not, because it's Yom HaArichta. Burying is allowed for sure on the second day of Rosh Hashanah, even though it's a Yom HaArichta. Those distinctions are important enough for the Gemara and Pesachim to come along and say, Yom Tov Shechal Lihiyot Achar Shabbat, Techatminan Ben Kodesh LeKodesh. We add a whole bracha to our Kiddush. Baruch Ato Hashem, blessed be you God, HaMavdil Ben Kodesh LeKodesh. You made a distinction between the holiness of Shabbos and the holiness of Yom Tov. They're so similar, but yet you have to make distinctions, because if you don't, you have warped thinking. And from this perspective, as the Aruch HaShulchan says, we have to make a declaration, Shabbat Kodesh Chamor Yoter MiYom Tov. Kamoshe Mesaymin B'Havdalah Ben Kodesh LeKodesh. A person that does not make distinctions, and everything is one big Torah, will start mixing up things. You know, we have people who are serving active service in the IDF. We're told by rabbis, do not fast on Yom Kippur. And they said, I don't listen to rabbis. For me, fasting on Yom Kippur is my Judaism. I can care less. And unfortunately, they got dehydrated and many other terrible things. The bottom line is, if we don't make distinctions between active service versus a Jew at home, between a minhag and a takana de rabbanan, between wearing tzitzis, which is an optional mitzvah, and tefillin, which is an obligatory one, we're going to start having warped thinking the entire year. And maybe not saying Shehechiyanu in the month of Elul is our way of expressing very clearly, listen, we're going to fulfill this minhag. It's become very established in the Ashkenazic Jewish communities. But remember, it's only a minhag.